Hello everyone, Hector Mendoza. I'm going to do two videos sketching this kitchen. On one of them, I'm going to show you how to manually sketch the doors, windows, reference areas, cabinets, and also I'm going to combine a little bit of auto capture with that. Then I'm going to create another video doing auto capture. On both of these sketches, we're going to use Sketch AR. First, let's create a new project. You can hit the plus sign to create a new one. Some of you might not have the option to select estimate, flood, or values. Watch my other videos to learn how to add this to your Xactimate mobile. For the type of loss, we're gonna select hail. So in this area, you would select hail. It doesn't matter which one you select. Once you tap on create, then you're gonna go to this next window. On the upper left hand corner, we have a hamburger menu, which allows us to select the kind of estimate we want. At this point, we're gonna tap on sketch. On the upper right hand corner, we have a fly out menu that's going to allow us to select Sketch AR. So once you tap on this, you'll get to this area. Just click on interior. So the first thing it's going to ask us is to point our device to the floor, and you can either click on that or to tap on that square, or you can hit that accept button. So same thing with the walls. We're gonna do all the walls, and once you see that square, you can hit the accept button, or you can actually even click on that square and it will accept it. So we're gonna do all, I think there's about 8 walls. Once we're done, then we're gonna go ahead and hit that blue check mark on the right, and that will accept our walls. So you see that yellow line shows you all the walls that you're about to accept. Once you hit that check mark, then you're gonna go here and you're gonna select the appropriate kind of ceiling you have. In this case, it was a flat ceiling, so you can move your mobile up and down to get to the desired size. You can either hit that accept button at the bottom, or you could even click on that line. Once it turns yellow, then you know you've accepted. So if you hit that check mark, then it goes to the next step. And that's the thing, is whenever you're looking at when you see that check mark, that means you'll go to the next step. By default, Xactimate is going to try to do auto capture, but what we're going to do is move that thing to the right and click on doors. Once you click on doors, then so what I went ahead and did to show you why I don't want to use auto capture, I went ahead and did an auto capture on that door. Look how wide it is. You don't want the door past the trim, and if you notice at the top, it's too small. So we're going to manually click on the door. You can start at one corner, and then you can tap on that accept button, which is at the bottom, bottom. And or you could even, you see that little dot, you can click on that dot, accept it that way, or you can hit that accept button, that white little circle. Now we're going to move it over to Windows. I'm going to click on that white tab until I get to the desired size. then I tap on it again. You see those double arrows? Those double arrows, if you click on it or the accept button, once you click on it, you can move your phone up and down and change the size. So once you get the desired size, you can click on that accept button. At this point, you see you got a duplicate or you have a delete button. If you click on that duplicate, then so if you click on it, you move that red item wherever you want it. You can either touch that area or hit the accept button and it will accept it. So you can move this thing around, and if there's other windows that are the same size, then you would place it in that position. Otherwise, you just hit that check button. Now, so we're looking around, and so the next thing we have is missing walls, but I don't want to do one of the missing walls. We're going to go ahead and do this one, but that other one we're not going to do because sometimes it gives us problems. So let's go ahead and do this one. So I tap on the bottom left hand corner, then I'll move my phone over to the upper right hand corner and I hit that accept button. Now, so we're looking around, see if there's any additional doors or something that we missed. So you see that button on the bottom right hand corner. Okay, so that is going to give us this different options that we can do. If you notice, there are green dots next to some of those items. That means we've already done that. So now we are going to go in, and right now we're on missing walls. So you see me moving that thing back and forth at the bottom. There's a lot of things you can use that you can do with those items on the right. For right now, we're going to click on reference. So if I tap on one corner, then move my mouse to the other side, tap again, then I can create a reference area. Either I can name it with a typewriter, or on the bottom right hand corner I can click on that microphone and just say the name of the line. For instance, water damage. Okay, now while we're in the reference areas, we're going to go ahead, I'm going to move, you see where it says line? I'm going to move it to the right until I see rectangle. Give me a you see, once you click on rectangle, then you can left click or left tab and left tab till you get to the desired area. You release it. At that point, you can edit by tapping that edit button. Again, you can type your reference area like water damage or whatever you want to put in there, or you can use your microphone. And now later on we can use this reference areas, so you can do the same thing to the walls. So while we have the reference tab, we're gonna click on the accept button, we're gonna move the mouse, the phone, and then we're gonna hit that accept button, and then we can go in and edit the name of it. So if you hit that edit button, then you can either manually type it or you can use your microphone to name it. Once you're done with your reference areas, on your list on your right, you want to go ahead and tap on the cabinets. So by default, it's going to try to auto capture them, but we're going to go ahead and we'll click on face. That way we can manually do the cabinets. So once we move it over to face, okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to capture the face of the first cabinet. So we just get right in front of the cabinet, and you're going to aim right on the face, and then you're going to tell it to accept that setting. So let's do this first one. So you see that square, you click on accept. You can even you can even click on that face square. Now I'm going to tab, click, move the mouse over to the right, hit the face, tab on one corner, go to the other corner and hit the tab button, which is that round circle. We're going to do that to every one of those cabinets. So whenever you have a corner one, sometimes that's going to give you problems, but for right now, let's go ahead and just hit the face, go to one corner, hit the tab, go to the left corner and accept it. Now we're going to hit the face on the next cabinet. You know, so that is a whole cabinet there. So we'll click there, tab on the bottom right hand corner, go to the left, upper left, hit accept, do the upper cabinet, go to one corner, go to the opposite corner, and then accept that. We're going to do that to every one of those cabinets. The beauty about doing this like this, you can actually do individual cabinets. You see how I'm doing that long one? If we were doing auto capture, it would actually look like that whole cabinet is one big cabinet, but I like doing it this way because you know, sometimes we have to remove the areas from the back, so you want to individually do it. Same thing we're going to do on the bottom cabinets. We, you know, accept the face, go from one corner. Doesn't matter if it's the left or the right. You can just tab on one corner, then go up to the opposite corner. We're going to do the same thing to this one. I think we're almost done, but we do have some more cabinets on another wall. So, and at this point we haven't started selecting appliances and things of that nature. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So let's go ahead and do this one here. Hit face, start in one corner, go to the opposite corner. When you hit that face, it actually captures the depth of the cabinet because it knows where the wall is. So now, so that's the last one. So now the next thing we want to do, in order for the machine or the app to recognize those appliances, we have to move the list on the right hand side. We need to select the cabinet. So tab on that cabinet, and the first thing you're going to see that is going to want to do auto capture. So let's go ahead and hit cabinets. There you go. And excuse me, appliances. So you're going to click on the first one. You hit the plus sign. We're going to do the stove. We're going to do this other refrigerator. It will not recognize microwaves. So, you know, don't waste your time on that because it's never going to accept it. Now, there is a sink. So I'm going to hit the plus sign. And so now that we've done everything, what we're going to go ahead and do is put that last missing wall. So there was two reasons why I did it. Sometimes it messes up when there's a hole, but I also wanted to show you how you can go back and forth. So if you see on the list on the right, I'm going in and I'm going to click on openings, and then we're going to go in and click on missing walls. So we're just going to start from one corner, go to the opposite corner, and then, so here's the deal. Once you hit that check mark on the right that's blinking, once you accept that, then you're not going to have the option. Well, you will have the option, but it's kind of weird. So just make sure that this is what you want. We can add windows and doors later, but it's a little wonky, so I don't like doing it that way. So I was just showing you that there's another room back there, so you have to have a missing door here. Equally there's a hallway, so you got to have a missing wall. Otherwise, you're not going to create a room without a missing wall or a door. So this is what the project looks like on 2D. So if you click on the name, then you're going to be able to name this using the typewriter, or you can click on the microphone and actually type what name you want to put on there. So we haven't hit that arrow yet. So at this point, I could go in there and modify the width, the height, and then hit that arrow again. And this time I'm going to go ahead and click on that microphone. I'm going to name it, and then I'm going to hit save. That's going to take us to Sketch. Now, at this point, before you return to Sketch, make sure you have all your rooms, because if you hit return to Sketch without adding a room, for instance, you see all those plus icons. If you click on that, then you can create a room there. But if you return to Sketch and you do this later, then you're basically going to have to manually stitch all your other rooms together. So that's basically how you would sketch a kitchen or a room using AR. And like I said, we are actually doing this manually. Now on the next video, this is what it looks like in 3D. Now you see how cumbersome it looks. You can't even see your cabinetry. You can go to your preferences, or you'll see on the right there. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the measurements. Now you can see everything a lot better. So look at the bottom of the floor. You see that reference area? You can click on that and add, let's say there was water damage to that area. You can click on it and tell it, to add flooring there, or that you want that area clean, or whatever you want it. Same thing with that wall. You'll be able to tap on it and do an estimate. Here, you can do the estimate here, or you can do it with your PC. I enjoy doing my stuff with a PC because at that point I have, 3 or 4 monitors. Now, you see, I'm just showing you those reference areas that we drew earlier. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I'll see you on the next one. If you want to see how to do the same thing but using auto capture, when you do auto capture, you do have to keep in mind, whenever you are doing a room next to the room you're working on, that particular door has to be done correctly, because otherwise it's not going to stitch together. So that's one of the complaints I hear from a lot of people is that, oh yeah, man, this works pretty nice, but every time I'm done with the project, I have to manually put it together, stitch it together, each room. You don't have to do it if you do those doors exactly like I showed you. Again, thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I will see you on the next video.